I earned my master's in health informatics from Northwestern University, and in this video, I'm going to be transparent with you and tell you when this degree is worth it, when it's not, and exactly when you should skip it. Let's get started. Here's what you'll be getting in the next several minutes: the cons, the pros, and I also have a skip if, get if type of system so that you can place yourself on either side. And I'm going to give you my honest take at the end. Was this degree worth it for me? Why? And would I recommend it to you? There's no course at the end, there's no affiliate link, just the answer. Quick note before we get started, everything here is general educational information based on publicly available data and my own experience. It does not represent the views of any employer. So let's get the bad out of the way first. We'll start off with the cons. Number one, it is expensive. Tuition for a master's in health informatics in the US in 2026 ranges roughly from $25,000 to $70,000 plus, and that depends whether you go to an in-state public school or a top private school. And that's before adding in any living costs. According to research.com, graduates in health informatics can see median salaries exceeding $80,000, and that range can be anywhere from $50,000 all the way to $90,000 plus in the beginning. The math has to work for you, and simply put, if you're financing the whole thing on private loans with no clear post-grad plans, the payback window is pretty long. Usually it takes 3 to 5 years plus before you're net positive. Number two, program quality varies wildly. The Masters in Health Informatics has expanded fast over the last decade. There are now over 200 programs in the US, and the range of quality between them varies a lot. Some of these programs come from established research universities with active hospital partnerships, real internship pipelines, and strong placement history. And some of them are newly launched online-only programs from lower-tier institutions. And get this, the tuition might be close, but the quality of what you learn and get out of the program might not be the same. And luckily, there's two ways to filter this quickly. One, check whether the program is accredited by CAHIIM. It's the Commission on Accreditation for Health Informatics and Information Management Education. The accredited list is public at cahiim.org, and this accreditation ensures that the curriculum meets the national standards for health informatics education. And two, look at the program's published placement data and look at the LinkedIn profiles of recent graduates. If a program won't share placement numbers, that itself is a signal right there. Number three, not everyone is guaranteed to land in the field. The degree is not a job placement contract. If you open LinkedIn and run an alumni research on any health informatics program, Northwestern, Pitt, Vanderbilt, Columbia, or whatever, filter to graduates 5 years out. You'll see that there's so much variation. You'll see people who are in the field like clinical informatics analysts, and you'll also see general data analysts and project managers in different industries, healthcare consultants, EHR specialists, PhD students, and a percentage of people who pivoted out of healthcare entirely. And I want to make this clear, this isn't a program failure at all. It's how the labor market sorts people out based on prior experience, internship outcomes, networking, and what each graduate actually wants out of their career. Number four, potential opportunity cost. So now that we've established that a master's in health informatics can be really expensive, now let's talk about the alternative. Let's say someone straight out of undergrad takes an entry-level healthcare data role. Public salary data consistently puts these roles at around $55,000 to $75,000. Let's just stick with that range. 2 years of that job is over $100,000 in earnings. So before you decide to do your master's in health informatics, think about the tuition plus that lost income. Me personally, I looked at it like an investment and the doors that it could open for me down the line. And that to me is a key distinction, that this degree is not automatically worth it for everybody. But for the right person with the right goals, it can make a lot of sense. So now with that said, let's go right into the pros. All right, pro number one, it opens doors that a certificate won't. Once again, go on LinkedIn and look up roles like clinical informatics analyst, healthcare data analyst, population health analyst, or informatics specialist. You will notice that a lot of these postings say master's preferred, or in some cases, master's required. And that matters especially at larger hospitals, healthcare systems, insurance companies, and healthcare tech companies. So even if you're capable of doing the job, not having the preferred degree can sometimes make it harder to get through that first filter. And that's one of the biggest advantages of a master's degree. It gives you the credential that shows that you're trained strongly in this field. And in this competitive job market, sometimes just getting past that first gate is the difference between being considered and being ignored. Number 2, the internship pipeline. Most of the reputable health informatics programs like Northwestern, Vanderbilt, Pittsburgh, Columbia, Johns Hopkins, and others have built real relationships with local health systems, and because of that, you can walk out of the program with hands-on EHR experience. You can work for big projects like in a hospital, and you can have a real powerful reference. And honestly, that right there gives you an unfair advantage when you're out there with your degree looking for a job. Pro number 3, the alumni network. One of the biggest benefits of a master's program is the network that comes with it. The classmates, the professors, the alumni, the guest speakers, and people that are already working in this field. Sometimes that shared connection is enough to start a conversation like, hey, I saw that we went to the same school, or hey, I noticed that you're in the same program. This can turn cold applications into warm intros, and warm intros can turn into referrals, which means that you have a better chance of getting hired and moving past all those rounds of interviews. Number 4, structured learning works for most people. If you're already a senior software engineer, you can absolutely teach yourself FHIR if you dedicate time. If you're pivoting from a non-clinical, non-technical background, self-teaching is not an easy thing at all. The structure of a program forces you through the right topics in the right order, with feedback, with deadlines, and that has a lot of value to it. Pro number 5, leveling up. If you're aiming for a senior or director level informatics role at an academic medical center, the master's becomes near requirement above a certain level. That's not always the case, but it's often enough to matter. And it gives you the credential and the credibility to move up in healthcare, data, and informatics roles. All right, guys, now we're gonna jump into the skip if, get if framework that I brought up earlier. In the end, you're gonna be placing yourself in one of these buckets. Skip if you already work in healthcare data. Even if it's adjacent, if your current job touches EHRs, claims data, registries, or hospital operations, you already have something better than a degree, which is real exposure. If you can focus on stacking a few really important certificates on top of that, like one from Epic if you're lucky enough to get sponsored, Azure or AWS data certificates, Tableau or Power BI, you're automatically more competitive. Skip if you can self-teach SQL, Python, and one BI tool from home, and if you can finish a public portfolio in 6 months, and your network is strong. If those 3 are true, then the master's is probably not worth doing. And finally, I cannot stress this part enough. Skip if you're going to be financing the entire degree on private loans with no clear post-grad plan. The loans will haunt you. Now, get the master's if you're pivoting from a non-clinical, non-tech background, or anywhere where the path into healthcare data is not clear. The structure and the pipeline in a health informatics program are exactly what you need to break into the field. Get it if you're an international student, or you need the credential to clear HR filters at the systems that you're targeting. According to data online, it can actually improve H-1B visa lottery odds. Get it if you can attend a reputable program at a manageable cost. In-state public, employer reimbursement, scholarship, or a 1-year accelerated track. If you can get into the program and have any of these to help you financially, the cost to outcome ratio will shift dramatically in your favor. Now guys, I want to tell you about my experience with my master's in health informatics. Was it worth it for me? Yes, I can say confidently that it really was. And what got me my foot in the door was 3 things: the internship pipeline, the alumni network, and the credential that I had with my master's. Those 3 things were worth it for me, absolutely. And heck, I wouldn't even be making videos today about health informatics if I hadn't gotten this degree, because it gave me more insight as to what health informatics is, what impact that it has, and I became so interested in it because it's such an amazing field. And yes, there is some bias in that, but I say this confidently that I'm very passionate about this field, and I'm very glad that I pursued this degree. Now I'm gonna say this too. Was this degree the only path in? No. And I know this because I know people who broke in through epic certifications, through self-taught data work, paired with a hospital job, and through pivoting internally from clinical roles. There's plenty of paths that exist to get into this field. As I said before, the degree was the right path for me given where I was when I was starting off, and it might be the right one for you too, or it might not be, and that's completely okay. Alright guys, if this video helped you out, make sure you hit the subscribe button. It would truly mean a lot to me. And if you're new to this channel, I cover health informatics, healthcare analytics, and AI in healthcare, and my goal is to help people break into and grow in this amazing field. And if you want longer, deeper write-ups on stuff like this, my free weekly newsletter is linked down below in the description. Be sure to drop a comment. I read every single one of them. And once again, my name is Sharif. This is Informessor, and I'll catch you in the next video.